Gwen Hopkinson. Good evening, everybody. Gwen's waiting patiently. Here we go. Hi, Gwen. Right, so let's make sure we're on both places, and we are. So we are on Facebook and we are also on YouTube, and everything seems to be working, which is marvellous. So hi Gwen, hi Bev, hi Julie. So obviously it says I've got lots of people waiting on YouTube, so I'm going to hang on. Hi Judy. Hi Judy, Judy's on both. Hi Lona, hi Jeanette. Hi Michelle, how excited am I? Oh bless you. I'm absolutely exhausted, so I'm making the effort for you tonight, because I've been up since the crack of dawn. So good evening everybody. Hi Wendy, hi Deborah, hi Anne, hi Roz. Oh, I missed you today, Roz. Hopefully, oh mind you, I won't be at the next class, Roz, because I'll be on my holidays. So hopefully I'll see you on the next one. So I'll give everybody a second to get logged in, because I didn't give you much notice tonight, did I? Because I only gave you half an hour's notice to tell you I was doing a live. Hopefully you all remembered and assumed and assumed I was still doing one. Hi Edith, hi Celia. Issues on Facebook. Oh, that's strange. I know you do, Michelle. Right, so I'll just hang on a minute just before we start. I am going to get 2 demos done tonight. So the 2 demos that I didn't get done on my shows last week on Create and Craft, I am going to do them tonight. They are quicker ones, hopefully, he says, in anticipation. So we shall wait and see if my version of quicker is the same as everybody else's version of quicker. And right at the very end, I'm going to give you a sneaky peek of the Magazine Box Kit No.8, which is being released next week. So there's still not many of you here, so I'll hang on a second. Hi Kay. So while you're waiting for me, just share the live for me. Hi Pam. I'm fine, thank you Pam, I hope you are too. So while we're just waiting for everybody to get logged in, I'm not going to start anything until we've got a few more people here. So just share for me, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. Like and share for me, and then hopefully we'll get more people jumping on as the time progresses. Let me just flick back to both. So here we go. Your show is on repeat tonight at 10 PM, is it? Oh well, I hope they've got some more stock left, because I took some back because we needed it. Right, so Julia was telling me that I can see all the comments on my iPad from our... Oh, I can. Oh, how good is that? That might make things a bit quicker. Hi Annette, hi Helen, hi Vanessa, hi Lee, hi Alice. Right, so everybody's starting to get logged in now. I've heard that before, Phil. You've heard it before that it's going to be a quick demo. I know. Sleeping bag on the couch ready for an all-nighter, Janice says. Hi Jackie, hi Cheryl. Right, so I'm going to get cracking because I do want to get these 2 demos done. And I want to give you a sneaky peek. I'm not 100%, but I'm a load better than I was. This is what happens when I have a migraine. It tends to take 3 or 4 days before I get back to normal. And obviously I've not rested in between, which is my own fault, but hey ho. Right, so I'm super excited to show you the magazine at the end of the demo. I am going to give 2 of the magazines away as well. So you can't have them until the official release date, which is next Tuesday. But I'm going to give one of the brand new box kits away to somebody on YouTube. And I'm also going to give one of the brand new box kits away to somebody who's watching on Facebook. So the more comments, the more you interact with me, the more chance you've got of winning. Hi Debbie, hi Sarah, hi Alan. So keep sharing for me and keep logging in and what have you. Right, so it's a fantastic magazine as well. I think it's obviously a Christmas one, but I think it's the best Christmas one I've done by a mile. By a mile. So I can't wait to show you. But first and foremost, let's get cracking with these demos, because I want to get 2 done. So you can see that these are 2 of my demos left from TV, because I always take my demos all ready in little envelopes. So we're going to do this one first, which is relatively simple, and I absolutely love the Notebook Botanicals. You know I do. I think it's one of my favourite collections from this year. What time am I on Tuesday? Are you ready for this? So Andrea is asking me what time I'm on Tuesday on YouTube. So I'm on at 7 a.m. and 11 a.m. just 2 hours. I'm only doing 2 hours. I've told you all the reasons why. So I'm only doing 2 hours with the box kit on Tuesday at 7 a.m. and 11 a.m. However, there is something I need to tell you at the end. So when we get to the box kit, I'm going to give you all the information at the end, because you might be able to get the box kit ordered sooner than you think. But I will save all that for the end. I'll save all that for the end and give you all the information later on when everybody's here. So 7, obviously I'll be staying over. Yeah, 7 a.m. Ilona, I know it's a ridiculous time, but it was my choice. But for my high Sue, what it means for me is I can get my shows done and get home earlier. Woohoo! So it's a winner for me. I'll be staying over Monday night at the hotel, and I've got to get there quite early Tuesday morning, so it's only 5 minutes away from the hotel. And why does my email decide to pop up loads of pop-ups? Right, so I'll just do a quick overview of the Notebook Botanicals again for those of you that may or may not have seen them. I think this magazine is going to be really popular, so I would tell you to get your orders in pretty sharpish. In fact, I forgot to get something, so let me just oh no, I'll do it later when we get to the box kit. We'll go through the Notebook Botanicals. So quickly, we're just going to go through the Notebook Botanicals. So you've got Peaceful here. I don't know which one I'm going to use tonight yet. I'll decide as we're going along. So this one is Peaceful. So all the Notebook Botanicals, as you know, have this lovely open space that you can use with the extra A5 sets. So the A6 sets have absolutely flown. So if you haven't collected them all yet, I would urge you to get the A6 ones that you like first, because these are going to be the ones that go first, and I will not be restocking any of the collections that I release now. It's a big order when I originally order, but I won't be restocking at all. So once they've gone, they have gone. So I'll bring this one in, look and show you. So you've got Peaceful with the botanical and the texture. You've got Calmness, again with a different texture and the notebook behind it. It's a different notebook on each as well. Then you have Serenity, which I think is one of my faves. I think I love Serenity. It's easy to cut out as well, this one. And then you have Tranquility, which is another fabulous one with a different texture again. Then you've got the 4 accessory sets, I called these. So these are the accessory. Have you already had an email, Emma, about the box kit from us? From us? Oh, I know Elaine. Elaine's just saying on YouTube she's had a dispatch notification, but then Royal Mail are on strike. I know. So the accessory sets are the A5 sets, which are the wonderful wildflowers, which give you repetition, slightly bigger, of the focal flowers, and also you have some extras in there. So they are the wonderful wildflowers. You've then got the wonderful wings, which you know you're going to use this one constantly. So wonderful wings is the one with the butterflies, the dragonflies, the bees, and the little ladybirds. Yeah, Tracy's watching on the train on her way home. Then you have the postmark paraphernalia, which I think of all the accessory sets, I think the postmark paraphernalia is my absolute favourite. You can see already how these are going to work together. So many different choices. And then last but not least is the notebook textures, which is what I'm using tonight. So let's just choose I'll choose Calmness and the Notebook Textures because they're what I'm using on the first demo. So, forewarned is forearmed. The A6 stamps are going to go really, really quickly. So if you're collecting these, you need to be getting the A6 ones sharpish because they're going to be the ones that sell out first. So you've been warned. You've been warned. So this is what my demo entailed. If I can get the last daisy out. I'm not going to go through everything else that I'm using. For the simple fact that I'm doing 2 demos. That's the only reason. I've got my notes. I always do little notes, as you know, when I'm on TV. So I'll put that to one side and it'll remind me. So this demo is a really simple one. And I told you at the beginning that I prepped, when I was on my shows, I prepped 2 demos for each show. One that was a little bit longer and one that was a little bit quicker. Judith, yes, if you look at the description, so Judith on Facebook is just asking me if these stamps are still available. If you look at the description of the live that I've done tonight, I've actually popped links in. So there is a link at the bottom of all the description where I've written loads of stuff. It says links to products that I'm using tonight, and the top one is the Notebook Botanicals collection. So what I always say to people when I'm doing a Facebook live, you can click the links from the description and you can just add them to your shopping basket on the website as you go. And then you can just check out when I've finished later and you know you've not missed anything. But you do need to be quick with the A6 stamps. That's all I'm saying. Right, so this is a relatively simple card. And I wanted to show you because the 2 demos that I did, well, the 1.5 demos that I actually did manage to get finished on my shows were quite in-depth and used lots of texture and lots of techniques. And I'm conscious that not everybody does that style of card, so I wanted to do some that were a little bit simpler, a little bit quicker, a little bit easier. And this, if I take the back piece out, this is actually DL. So you could make this as a DL card, and it's relatively flat. Hi Julie, watching from Spain. Hi Julie. So you could make this and it's relatively flat, so you could, if you wanted to, post it. Obviously I don't post any cards, so I've literally got 3 panels. This is the Lavender Haze luster card, so the double-sided luster card. It's on the website, the link is in the description. Yeah, so this is the Lavender Haze, and Lavender Haze works really well with the milled lavender distress oxide, which is what I'm going to use tonight. So I'm going to start from the top of this card, and this is my little topper. So you can see I'm only going to use 1 of the images, and you've got choices with this. This is why I love this collection of stamps. This is what I absolutely love, this collection of stamps. So if you wanted to replicate this card, I'm going to use this stamp, but I'm only actually going to use this section to fit in this panel. And I'm going to stamp it in milled lavender, and then I'm going to do some accents with silver embossing powder, just because I can. That's just for Sue. However, if I didn't want the lines of the texture in the background, I could easily swap that out for the extras, the wonderful wildflowers. And I could literally just stamp one of these wildflowers and emboss it, and it will look equally as stunning as the one with the texture. But I love texture. I love the stamp that does it all for you in one go. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to stamp that first. So this one is called Calmness. And we're going to stamp that first. And I'm going to change this. I'm going to change this bit of kitchen roll on my stamping platform because I think it's seen better days. What size are the panels, please? Pam's asking me. So I've got 3 panels for this topper, Pam. You don't actually need both pieces of white, because if I show you, one would do, but I wanted an extra white piece in between. So this top one that the stamp is going to fit on is 5 by 15. And then you've got 5.5 by 15.5, and then you've got 6 by 16. So 5 by, I forgot what I said. 5 by 15, 5.5 by 15.5, 6 by 16. So let me change this bit of, it's seen better days this, and the fact that it's now actually torn in the middle is done. Thanks Susan. Sue's saying she's looking forward to my many demos. I will get 2 done, and ironically it will be quicker than when I do one long one. So for those of you that have just joined, I am going to do a sneaky peek of the Magazine Box Kit number 8. I can't believe I'm on number 8 already. I can't believe I'm on number 8 already. So I'm just going to put that in there. I don't know whether I need those 2 yet. In fact, I'm going to turn it sideways because I find it easier, as you know. So I'm just literally holding it on the very edges, and then we'll see what I need to do to make this fit. Oh, because you can, Sue. Absolutely. Oh, Anne's internet's playing up. Sometimes if you just refresh the page, Anne, sometimes that fixes it for you. So this will fit like so, look. So I'm going to try and get the lines so the lines look like this, somewhat straight. So they are somewhat straight. They're not meant to be, so they're not perfectly straight lines anyway. See if I can get these 2 on. And then we're going to pick that stamp up, and we're going to ink this with milled lavender. I love milled lavender. It works so well with the lavender luster card. And I'm just going to get my sheet of paper for my embossing powder. Oops. Got 2 sheets just because they were there. Can you buy them now or tomorrow from the website? Are you talking about the stamps, Lee? Or are you talking about the magazine? Lee's just asking me on Facebook. Let me just flick back to Emma. Ellen's just said, yeah, the email came out about 4 kit about, right, okay. So you can convince yourself 2 demos. Can go back so you can see it. I think it's my YouTube keeps going off, does it? I'm not sure why. It's connected on my screen. I can see the numbers keep going up and down really drastically. I can't help you. It could just be the internet connections, but it's not mine. It's working on mine. So I know that I only need to ink the top part of this stamp. And I also know that I don't want straight edges. So I've gone in with the milled lavender. I'm going to get another bit of kitchen roll, which I've got at the side of me. I'm just going to see how far across. Oh, that might actually work. So I'm just going to take some of the ink off so that it fades into the edges. And I'm doing this with a dry bit of kitchen roll instead of a wet one. So I'm just making sure I've lifted enough off, and it really won't matter if it's not spot on. And that will do nicely, thank you very much. Is YouTube back on? I think it's a YouTube issue, was doing it earlier also. Oh, Hope is saying it cuts in and out very quickly. So YouTube must be having some issues tonight. I don't know whether refreshing the page on YouTube would help you. If it's their issue, I can't do much. Oh, that just looks beautiful. So I'm just going to clean my stamp. And I've just banged the camera, sorry everybody. It's because I've got the wire hanging over my phone because it's plugged in. And I'm going to put the stamp back and pop it back on its carrier sheet. It's funny because when there seems to be a pattern that YouTube has issues in the evenings. I don't know what the other part is, so I'll just chuck that in there for now. But it doesn't seem to happen in the afternoon sessions, which is a bit bizarre. So I've now got this lovely image in the soft milled lavender. Just put that there that you can see it's a lovely match with the lavender haze luster card. But we're going to have some silver highlights to this. You don't have to do this, but I quite like just having random bits of silver. In fact, I'm going to do it this way, so I don't have too much on. So I'm just dropping some flecks of silver embossing powder on. I don't want any more. Let's have a look. I promise you we will get 2 demos done tonight. Just a little bit more on there. Yeah, that will be lovely, thank you very much. Remember, this is the quickest of the 2 demos. But it will be quick. It will be quick. I don't know what kind of paper I've used for this, but that feels like my good paper. So is everybody back on YouTube now? Judy's just saying more people are using Wi-Fi this evening, so buffering for Julie too, but that's probably due to the weather. Hi Jeanette, not to worry. Facebook is back now. I think people are just having issues with the internet across the 2 places. Alice is saying Facebook has frozen 4 times. Oh, that's a shame. Just keep refreshing the page if you need to. That should hopefully fix it. I can see that people have flitted from YouTube to Facebook. So, I know I can't wait for you to all start playing with these botanical stamps because they're absolutely stunning. And just while I'm plugging my heat tool in, if you remember when we did the Luke Says To Never, yeah, I know Sarah. If you remember when I did the wood grain botanicals, I can't even remember when I released the wood grain botanicals, but your wood grain botanicals will work really well with these too. So I'm just unplugging my phone, I'm plugging in my heat tool. I'm going to have a little bit of silver shining on here. So I didn't anti-static this. I'll just do it from above. I'm going to leave my heat gun plugged in because I need it again in a second. Oh, there is definitely a lag on Facebook because I can see that it's a little bit behind. Just refresh your screens, everybody. It's freezing on YouTube and it's also freezing. Oh yeah, I can see it. That's a bit of a pain, isn't it? Yeah, refresh your page, Hope, and see if that works. So that's a bit of a pain in the neck, I think. Yeah, Judy's just said on YouTube it's handy being able to switch between Facebook and YouTube. So if one's buffering, you can do it on the other one. Right, so I'm just wiggle that so you can see we've got some little flecks of the silver embossing powder in there. Not a lot. Just a little bit so that it catches the light. So that it catches the light when you're working with it. So I'll pop that to one side. And we'll come to the background piece. So this is the background piece, and I'm going to do a little bit of extra stamping on here so that we can follow this theme on. So a little bit like we did at the class in Sheffield today. Are we back on? Are we back on, up and running? So Hope has just refreshed her page and she said it's working better now. That's good. It's the same on the iPad as well. It must just be a Facebook thing. Both are freezing now. Well, that's just an absolute pain. It's not my Wi-Fi, because my Wi-Fi is on full strength. I can see it, which is a pain in the neck. How frustrating is that? Annette's saying, how do I refresh the page? At the top, Annette, top left, there should be a little arrow, a little circle with an arrow point on it. And that should, if you just click that, that should refresh your page. So I'm going to hang on a second because Lee's just saying it's okay on his phone but not on the computer. Hi Lorraine, not to worry. I left and came back and it's still doing it. Oh, what a shame. I can't do anything about it either. What an absolute pain in the neck. It doesn't normally do this. It's okay on your phone. It's not. Lee's saying on Facebook it's not freezing on his phone. So maybe your phones are the better way to go. It is actually clicking on my screen as well. Christina's just saying it's the video that's freezing, not the comments. We were warned there could be big issues as Virgin are upgrading cables near you. How do you refresh the page on Facebook? Alice, the same. So the top left corner, there should be a circle with an arrow point at the end. Just click that. Or Bev's saying just close it and then come back on. I'm going to refresh my page on Facebook, not on YouTube, just to see if it makes a difference. So Michelle thought it was Tuesday. Right, so I've just refreshed my page and it seems to be fine. Naughty YouTube interrupting me, I know. What's that all about? That's really bad. Right, are we back to normal? I'll just put my hand there and see how quickly the screens catch up. So YouTube is definitely buffering. So I'm going to refresh on YouTube as well. So bear with me a second, everybody. Yeah, Jackie's saying it's doing it on her phone as well. So I'm not sure what to say to you all. Shall I carry on or shall I just give it up as a bad job? Because both are frozen on my screen, which is absolutely a pain in the neck. Yeah, it's definitely an internet. If everyone tells anyone else I'm just not using Wi-Fi until Phill is finished. Right, I'll carry on and hopefully the screens will catch up so you can see what I'm doing. Otherwise, you might just have to watch it back later, which is very frustrating. Oh, thanks, Caroline. Right, so we've now got the extra layer, the background layer for this card, and I'm going to take the textures. So the notebook textures, and I'm going to create a little background for this. And I'm going to do the same as I did on there. I'm going to stamp in the milled lavender, and on this stamp it does have the little circle texture. My Facebook is not moving at all. Oops. Let's try again. Right, so let's just start Facebook again. If it carries on, David, I'm watching on my phone and having issues with it freezing, as well as watching YouTube and TV having problems. So it's literally just, it's everywhere. It's having issues. I wonder if it's mine. Do you know what? I'm gonna stop this. So everybody on YouTube, it's not better for me, Denise. My screens have just stopped working altogether, so I can't see what you're seeing. So I'm gonna come out of both of these. I'm gonna come out of YouTube, and I'm gonna come out of Facebook, and then I'm gonna put both of them back on again. So just give it a second and then come back to me. So I'm gonna end this live, and then I'm gonna start it again just to see if that fixes everything. So bear with me 1 second, everybody. There's no point me carrying on because everything is so far behind me. So I'm going to stop this and then I'll come straight back on. So just bear with me 1 second. Log out, everybody.